Good morning, everyone. My name is Christine Cervantes.
This is Casey, your HR body talent.
My name is Karen.
This is Hannah. I'm AJ.
If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Ken Collier.
We are here today to talk about what can virtual assistants do for you.
Working from home has been working out well.
As a business owner, we're so busy growing our company. We're building, where we don't even get a chance to step away to kind of look at our business from the outside, looking in to see where we really need to fit.
When you have someone helping you around, you just finish things on time. You save time and you save effort. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition or another live of our IHR Talks or IHR Buddy Live. And I'm so excited to share another useful information tonight. But of course, I want to say thank you so much again for those who joined me yesterday. And if you have friends that you want to encourage to join us on our live discussion, or friends who are working as a virtual assistant and wants to join the group, just invite them to join the group, and would be happy to welcome them and of course accept them here at the virtual assistants IHR Body Group. So let's just wait for more people to come in and watch this live. As of course, every live that we do, we share very useful information, not just for social media, not just for digital marketing, but of course on being a virtual assistant. So please, I really encourage everyone to watch this live, because a 15 minutes of this live is full or loaded of information that's very crucial to your career if in time you plan to be a social media manager or a digital marketer. So our topic for tonight is something that everyone seems to be, let's say, trying to learn and trying to, get a grasp of the strategy and how to do it. I'm sure that a lot of you, especially on Facebook and YouTube, would mostly click on videos which says, for example, there's a movie that you're longing to watch, and you know that there's not a next season yet, but then you saw that it's the next season on the trailer. But then when you watched it, it's actually a compilation of different movies of that actor and actress, and they would say the part 5 of Avengers. And on your own that, or to yourself that there's no part 5 of Avengers yet. So you get to click on it because you get to be interested to watching it because you're, longing for waiting for that movie. But then sadly, those are just what you call clickbait. But it worked, right? Like you clicked on it. On Facebook, there are, like, 2 hours ago, I saw my name being tagged on a post that has some, malicious words. And I get it. Like when you tag a guy and they see it, they would really click on it. But again, it brings you to a site where you're not sure if it's a phishing site that would let you log in your Facebook account and, get your information. So again, that's another clickbait. So what I'm talking about here is people who know or who knew how to create a killer copy that would really get your interest on clicking on it. So, our topic for tonight is actually how to create a killer copy for your social media posts. And that's really one of the most important things that you need to learn, because managing a social media account doesn't only requires you to create great content. Because of course, if you want to create a great content, that composes of a great image, a good visual, and a great copy. So how do you write a killer copy? I mean, like, does it have a formula, or do you really need to be good in English? Well, yes, because especially if it's English, if it's in Tagalog, then there's no problem. But there are tools that we can use, which I can share in a little while, that you can use to correct your grammar, spelling, and other things that you're unsure of. Okay. But right now, I'll give you factors, or let's say I'll discuss with you Things that you need to remember when you write killer copies or killer copy. Okay. Okay. First, it's very important that you are selling at the right time. So you see, conversion is tough on social media. It's the goal of everyone. That's why you're doing social media content. It's because you want to convert. May it be watching your video, clicking your ad, clicking your post, selling, letting them watch your webinar, or whatsoever. Your one goal is to convert customers. But also because a person must transition from one level of exertion to another, um, you need to get their attention. Okay? So you need to sell at the right time. You need to know what your users want and capture them in the transition so that you can build trust and a need for your product. So what am I saying here? For example, you just write random copy, place the video or an image there, and you don't know your audience, and somehow your copy is great, but your audience seem to not really get interested in clicking your ad because you don't know what they want. Yes, you know them, like you know their names, probably they're your followers, but do you really know what they want? And do you really can capture them transitioning from like someone who's viewing you to someone who's trusting you? So again, you need to sell at the right time. Timing is very important. Okay, not just on posting on the scheduled time literally, but timing on knowing what your audience want is very important. Because from there, you can now grab their attention by creating a copy that would answer to their needs. Okay? Next is being genuine. So sincere. Um, One of the most important things when you're writing a copy or a social media post is that your sincerity. I know that sometimes it's just work. You write copy and you just randomly write things, research things, copy paste words and sentences from one site to another. But again, it's important that you still have a touch on it. Like it's not a problem if you get an idea from another website, but make sure when you transition that idea to your own platform, you put your own self to it. Like you give it your touch, because that's what will make it sincere. That's what make it raw. What will make it natural. And being natural is what sells on social media. It's social media, and we know there's a lot of things that are filtered, edited, and stuff like that. Not just on people, but even on products. And the one thing that will make it stand out is being natural and being genuine. Okay? Next is posting with purpose. So make sure that you're not just posting for the sake of posting. I get it. You need to post um, 7 times a week, once a day, or probably twice a day. But again, it doesn't mean that you have to just post and just randomly post things. That's why you have a social media strategy. The purpose of you having a strategy is for you to know to give your audience a purpose to click your post, to view your post, to watch your video, to read your caption. So if you just post something out of nothing, then you'll get nothing, right? But if you post something because your purpose is to convey a message, that's very important. A message that will inspire people and entice them to learn, or probably make them smile and laugh. And that's more than enough purpose for you, for your copy to be eye catching and interesting. Next is you need to have a goal. Now, this is very obvious. You cannot create a strategy if you do not have a goal. If your goal is just to put a post out there, then I suggest you're just wasting money and effort. Don't do it, because you will spend time editing, spend time creating a post, but then at the end of it all, you really don't want to get anything, or you just don't know what you want. At the end of the day, you just don't know what you want to acquire. So make sure that you start with a goal. Try a strategic approach where there's something in you that you want to achieve at the end of the day. Probably inspire people, engage with your audience, or sell. But what's important is you start with a goal. Next is writing for the reader. So, um, this is a very, let's say, uh, sometimes people they really animate things on social media because they want it to look very branded. Like the colors, the text, the words, everything is so synchronized that the natural aspect or element of your copy is taken away. Now, when you say you're writing for the reader, always think what your reader wants. Always consider what they will understand and how they wanted to understand, and if they can successfully understand it. Don't write because you think that you will satisfy yourself with the message that you want to convey, with the words that you will use. So you're going to use complicated words. It's so hard to find even in the dictionary, or some words is so hard to pronounce, and I could not even understand, not even yourself who wrote it. So you see, you don't need to just write because it's for your own satisfaction. You wanted to convert. The reason you're doing this is because you want to get customers. So make sure that whatever you write, it's for the reader. And next is writing strong headlines. So if you see headlines, if you create ads, these are the ones found below the image or the video. So it's just a one liner. That's why it's very important that it's strong, because you don't get to say everything in like 10 words, or I don't even think that the headline can reach 10 words, probably 5 words. How would you say everything in 5 words, right? So make sure that that's strong, and that's exactly what you want your readers to understand. Next is focus on your content. So I know that people would love visuals, animations, 3D, or whatever kinds of, images and video editing. But at the same time, make sure that your content has sense, because content is king, right? If your content is nothing at all, it's nonsense, then at the end of the day, your readers would just bounce back from your page or from your Instagram account. It's the same like in a website. If I visit a website and I don't see anything useful there, then I would just get off that, and your bounce rate's gonna go high. By the way, bounce rate is when someone gets off your page. Okay? So make sure they don't bounce and they stay. And finally, build curiosity. Actually, this is not final because I want to share another last one. So I'll say three more. So next is building curiosity. So make sure that when you create a copy, you build the excitement of learning something. So what do I mean? Like, you put a hype on it. You build something that people would want to learn more. And that leads me to the next one. Make sure you have a call to action button, because if in case that my curiosity has hype and I want to learn more, and there's no way that I can learn more because there's no call to action button and there's no redirection of any website, then my interest and curiosity will just die down, and I will never ever believe your post anymore, because you make me excited, but then where do I go after it? What do I get from that excitement? So make sure that once you build curiosity, you include a call to action button. And finally, you have to be consistent. Posting is not just I posted today and that's it for the end of the week, or I posted 3 times a day. I don't think I need to post the whole week. Well, actually, that's very wrong. You don't need to post multiple times a day unless you're promoting something that, it's a different promotion every hour. But if it's something that you just want to share in a day, you just have to post once and be consistent every day. You can do every other day, and then some days you can do 2 posts. But, the important thing here is you're consistent with number one, the frequency of your post. Number two, you're consistent with your voice. Okay? The tonality, the personality that you want to represent and to show your audience, you're consistent at that. It's important that Your audience are already familiar on how they will interact and how you will engage with them. This will actually encourage your customers to engage more because you're not a stranger anymore. So it's just like, it's the same as like you and me. You already know me, I already know you. So every time I post, you get to engage because, we build this connection because of my consistency. You already know who I am, what my brand is, and what kind of company we are. So you see, there's a lot of factors to consider, right? And it's not hard. For some people, they would say it's kind of hard to write really copy and, make sense out of it. Well, to be honest, if you're genuine and you're natural and you're sincere with what you do, I don't think it's hard to write a killer copy because it's going to come out natural. It's just going to come out there and just have to express it. So be sincere and be consistent. Again, like what I mentioned a while ago, if you think that you need some tools to use, you're unsure of the spelling, because there's nothing wrong if sometimes you make mistakes in spelling, grammar. I do too, even pronunciation. There are a lot of words that I find it hard to pronounce, especially now because I had my minor surgery. So it's hard for me to speak. Sometimes I eat and mumble my words. But again, if you find it hard to create a copy because you think you're confused with the words, what pronunciation or what noun to use or preposition, you have Grammarly. Okay, Grammarly is for me a perfect tool to use for writers and even not writers. Just people who wanted to manage social media and wants a social media manager. It's a very good tool because it corrects your grammar, corrects your sentences and your phrases. So, if you have time, you can search Grammarly and you can upgrade if you have. But I'm not sure if there's a free subscription for it, but just try it. Okay. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to share something, feel free to actually comment below and give us ideas on what else you want to learn and tell us, like, you may also give us ideas on what time is the perfect time for us to go live so you can also watch us, for those of you who weren't able to see us. Anyway, this live is going to be posted on our social media accounts and it's going to be replayed anytime that you want. So just comment down any questions, any feedback, any ideas, any topics that you want us to talk about. And this week is going to be a whole lot of week of learning, and we're going to have a special guest on Thursday. So I hope you guys would watch until the end of the week. Okay, thank you so much. Again, if you want to follow us, you want to check more of what we do here in iChar Buddy, follow our social media accounts, our Facebook page iChar Buddy, our Instagram account iChar Buddy, and our YouTube account iChar Buddy. Thank you so much once again, and in behalf of iChar Buddy, this is Karen Teveny. See you again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Bye.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christine Cervantes.
This is Casey, your HR body talent.
My name is Karen.
This is Hannah. I'm AJ.
If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Ken Collier.
We are here today to talk about what can virtual assistants do for you.
Working from home has been working out well.
As a business owner, we're so busy growing our company. We're building, where we don't even get a chance to step away to kind of look at our business from the outside, looking in to see where we really need to fit.
When you have someone helping you around, you just finish things on time. You save time and you save effort.